Hello and welcome to Puro Plur. My name is Grecia,
My name is Marcus.
and welcome to a podcast where we talk about all things raves, festivals, good times, and good vibes.
Oh yeah.
In today's episode, we're going to be continuing to talk about EDC. There's so much topic to talk about. I think this might be either our second to last or our very last video. We're still debating if there's more content to talk about, right?
I feel like there's probably a lot.
There's
more,
probably a lot more.
We'll see how much we can fit in this episode.
Exactly. And then we're going to be getting into the festival layout, the actual schedule of the lineup, and then probably just that's probably it for this video.
And of course, our opinions on
Exactly.
how compared from the last layout and to the new layout.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So
Cool.
if you have never been to EDC, the layout has been the same pretty much year after year since they got to Vegas.
Yes. Yeah. The layout has been the same. The only difference from the last EDC that Yumi went to was they added more stages, like mini.
No, before
stages.
this year, like this is the first time that they've changed the layout. That they
that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna get into that point, but
Yeah,
it's just like
same.
I was like from the last one we went to. Yes, it was original, like the normal layout, but just mini stages here and there. That's the difference they added, and then now they swapped everything out, mostly everything out.
They swapped it, they rearranged it, and they added a lot more.
A lot
A lot more.
But yeah, you want to start off with it?
Sure.
Your opinion is?
So for me personally, you actually just said this a little while ago. We both agreed that the downtown EDC is placed perfectly. I want to start with that.
Oh no, yeah, no, we can. Yes, that's something we should actually talk about first. Compared from the last time that I saw the downtown, how it was on the other side next to Cosmic Meadow.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there, like further up, it was like super hard to walk through because people try to go through.
Because it was in the middle of like Kinetic Field and Stereo Bloom.
Yeah. So it was like hard to walk through there. But I feel like them placing it in the middle made things a lot more simpler, to be quite honest. So
yeah.
From that,
I love how they placed it in the middle, and it didn't take away from any of the stages.
No, because it just made it easier to get access to if you wanted to, and as well too, you can cross through. It was like an expressway, I guess you want to call it, to get to one stage to another. So I think it was cool, and they had like 2 chapels, I think, for marrying and stuff.
Really, I didn't see that. I only saw one,
and they had Dunkin' Donut, which was weird.
Well, people probably want coffee.
To be quite honest, I think my friend ended up getting one, which he said it was super helpful. So
really,
yeah, I mean, props to that. I'm like,
there you go. Yeah, so. And then from there, let's get into. So there was. Do you want to talk about Memory Lane or Rainbow Road?
I can talk down Memory Lane.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't think I even crossed Rainbow Road.
Really?
Yeah, I probably have, but was not really paying attention. Didn't really care.
Okay.
Memory Lane. I mean, it's cool. It's small and short. Everybody really. I'm gonna feel like I'm going to be talking these like they're streets.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's essentially what they are.
What they are. Memory Lane. I mean, it's cool. It's seeing years after years of like how thing it is. Playing music. Just, I mean, it's a pretty cool vibe. I mean, it's pretty chill. I don't see much of a difference there every single year. I mean, like I said, I really don't pay attention much to that stuff besides, if it gets my eye, catches my eye. But yeah, really, it's cool. They should keep that, in my opinion.
Yeah, cool. I really like it, and you can like just chill there.
Somewhat,
a little bit.
Somewhat. You can chill there, but I mean, I don't know. I never chilled there.
And then, I guess what I mean by chill is like you can take your time, like
Oh,
walking and like taking it all in. Like it's one place that you're not like super rushed.
yes and no, depending on the stage
The
you need to get to
I
the
mean,
artist.
yeah,
But other than that, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah, you can take your time and chill. No one really cares.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then by so literally, so that's on one side of it of downtown
Mhm.
EDC. On the other side, you have Rainbow Road. So for me, Rainbow Road, I passed it a couple times.
Really?
I never actually like stopped and like took it all in, but we
Mhm.
definitely crossed it a couple times.
Okay.
I will say my 2 cents on this is I feel like words. So I understand why they did it
Hmm.
because of crowd control. But at the same time, I feel like they overdid it. Okay. The Rainbow Road had or has a lot of like attractions. They had the bumper cards. They had the
Oh,
they had the
yes.
Ferris wheel. They had an art part.
Mi-
Like,
Mini sponsors here and there.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, I know
so
what you
I'm
mean.
just like I said, I understand why they did it, but at the same time, that's that's good real estate that they could have like used for other things. I feel like I understand why Pasquale made it like all these rides and attractions because it's a carnival, Electric Daisy Carnival. But I feel like have a Ferris wheel here, have a Ferris wheel there, have like maybe a ride on one other like, but I
Mhm.
feel like there's just so many rides and games and attractions and just too much, and it takes away from the actual like music and festival, and I
Um,
feel like it just felt a little too
too
like
much.
too crowded
I think
in
we
that area.
okay. I feel like you and me actually. I think you and me actually talked about this, or I brought this up, where I felt like personally, I understand it's electric, it's carnival. It's supposed to be a carnival theme,
Mm-hmm.
but for me personally, it's I'm there for the music. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I think also I did mention before, like I don't care about the rides.
Yeah, same.
I never really did, and I get it. It's I think the Ferris wheel and like the little rides here and there, like it's cool and the swings.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this time like he had so many stuff, and I feel like
Yeah.
me personally for a raver is I do not care about that stuff. I'm here for the music. I'm here for the DJ. I'm here for to dance my ass off. And I feel just him having multiple stuff might have been for crowd control, sure.
Yeah, of course.
But to be quite honest, I don't think it made a difference because that whole area just made it even tinier for people to get through the
Mm-hmm.
areas. And I remember, like I said, the old layout. I remember on the top of my head. So there was some areas where I was like, "Oh crap, it's blocked."
Yeah.
I was like, it made it easier to get to a certain area
Mm-hmm.
going through that direction.
Yeah.
And so again, like for me, I was kind of getting frustrated, and then also trying to find some bathrooms made it even harder.
Mm-hmm.
That was one big issue that I had. I was like, why is the bathroom over here? This makes no sense.
Yeah.
And it just made things a little more complicated.
Mm-hmm. I feel like he should pick and choose, like either bring down the attendees and keep the rides and keep everything and keep that in the way,
Mhm.
or take away everything else and allow people to have that access.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that
Because I
one.
feel like too many attendees plus all of that stuff in the middle, it's just when you're trying to cross, there's so much like,
There's just too many. I feel like at the same time, there's just too many sponsors. You had Dunkin' Donut, you had Ghost, you had Verizon, which I mean that kind of helped me with service,
yeah,
but it's just like unnecessary. Like, why the hell do they need their
like
own
bumper
stand?
cards.
Yeah, bumper jet. I was
Yeah,
like I don't care about that.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. So that's what I'm getting
yeah,
at. It's like
yeah,
there's just too many things in the way for
to people to get to a
hmm
certain area.
and
Yeah,
if you're gonna make that area like a walkway or a passageway, like
hmm make it accessible for
accessible.
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, definitely, I agree with you on that. I feel like there's again, like you mentioned, there's just too much this year. Just way too much stuff. And for me, I get the carnival part, but I just don't care about the rides. Like I told my friends, are we here to like again? The only thing I can agree with is the Ferris wheel to look at the
Yeah,
view,
for
everything
sure.
cool. Have one or two, whatever. And then I think the swings, because that was also original. They had the swings going
Okay.
around. That's cool. But just adding bumper
Yeah, like
cars
one
to
or
a
two
little,
things here and there, like that's fine. But
yeah. Or just have a little section on a certain corner where like a mini attraction. Don't have it like all
oh,
spread
that's a
out.
good idea. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like that would be a smart thing because it's like if you want to make it to a carnival, we just leave that section just the carnival section.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't have it out there because again for that whole attraction, I feel like originally now going back to the layout, it made it difficult for me to actually listen to certain DJs
Yeah.
because those stages were really close to each other.
Yeah.
And also I feel like they lower the what's it called, the sound, the quality sound.
Yes.
Like I
Yeah.
remember Neo Garden back
Well,
when I was
first
the
and sorry to cut you off,
go ahead.
but I think first and foremost, so I kind of just want to list out all the main stages
Mhm.
because I feel like we're just jumping all over the
Oh,
place.
okay.
So for somebody who hasn't been there, there's quite a few like big stages and then just like a lot of little stages.
Mhm.
Yeah, so main stage is going to be Kinetic Field, and then there is Quantum Valley, Circuit Ground, Cosmic Meadow, Stereo Bloom, Wasteland, Base Pod. I don't know if I said Neon Garden already.
You did.
Okay.
You said Circuit Grounds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let's see.
Did you say Bionicle Jungle? That's new, I believe, or
That's new.
semi new.
No, that's old.
That's old.
And then Stereo Bloom.
You said Sarah Bloom already.
Okay, and I think that's it then. So
Yeah.
those are like the main
Those are basically all the stages.
yeah, those are all of the stages. And then in the past, they had Kinetic Field like in one section of the speedway. And then you would go into in the middle, it would be Stereo Bloom, Cosmic Meadow, Bionic Jungle, and then Neon Garden, Quantum Valley, and Circuit Ground would be on the opposite side of Kinetic Field.
Yes.
And then you would get into Circuit Ground, Base Pod, and then Wasteland. And then they had like, I'm sure they had like little, like smaller stages. I can't remember which ones.
They had the little, what do you call the carts?
Yes, they had the
Which
carts.
I did not see.
I didn't
Carts
see
at all.
any.
I couldn't find them.
Yeah. So that was the old layout. Yeah. So for this year, the thing that changed a lot, they kept Kinetic Field, they kept Stereo Bloom, and they kept Cosmic Meadow pretty much the same. And then they switched Wasteland to the opposite side of the venue. So it's
switched it off with Neo Garden.
Correct. Yeah.
And then Base Pod got swapped out with Quantum Valley.
No. Base Pod got.
Quantum Valley's right here. This is the old one. Base Pod's right here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then Circuit Grounds pretty much stayed the same.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And then I think that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much all they changed. Again, I feel like they just kept adding more stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, so exactly. So they have the same number of stages, but all the way through, all the way around the venue, they just added so many things in between.
Yeah, there's just too much stuff, and I feel like as well too the water stations was even harder to get to, in my opinion.
Really?
Because I only found one.
Actually, you're right. But at the same time, we never really looked for the water station. We just kept buying water.
But that's the thing; it made it hard to find stuff. That's why I was like, that's why to me is like when we got there on Friday, my first thing was I get rave dad or leader, whatever you want to call me, is to find and look through things first. That's just my thing to do because I care about my friends. I want to make sure they get water. Like, hey, if you can't find us, we're gonna walk through here. We got here and then come here.
Yeah.
So we gotta. Yeah. No. What I found difficult was just the water station.
Yeah.
and the bathrooms.
Really?
That's my
I
most
didn't
thing.
have any issues with the bathrooms. Also, this was my first year getting the GA Plus. I absolutely loved that I did that because I got to experience better bathrooms. Like, I didn't have to use a fucking porta potty at all the entire weekend.
That's funny because when we passed a certain GA plus areas, it was the opposite for them. We actually beat a couple people using the bathrooms, and they were still in line. There's lines
No,
for
I'm not
GA.
talking about the line. I'm talking about that I didn't have to use a fucking porta potty.
No, I'm talking about
And
bathrooms.
also, yeah, but okay, yes and no. So the way that they have it set up, once you go into like the bathroom area, everybody always wants to go to like the very first ones that were available. There were so many empty all the way at the back.
Yeah, that's
And people had never used those. So I'm just like, okay, so we just went there. I think I waited maybe a minute for a stall.
yeah. I feel like the only thing that was cool that made things easier for us men was them actually having the urinals for us just to use off the bat.
Oh, okay.
So it was easy to use quicker,
Mm-hmm.
just to pee instead of going through the porta potty.
Yeah.
But yeah, even the bathrooms we had trouble finding them.
Really?
The sign wasn't. I feel like the signs were not big enough because I feel or tall, should I say? Like because like again for the old layout, it was just easier just to find them because we already knew where they. Well, yeah, we knew where they
I
were,
mean,
but I
yes.
feel like they were easier to see where they were placed.
Really?
Yeah, so we had a couple. We had. I mean, the first we had trouble finding them because we're like, okay, it's not over here, and then they're like, oh, you have to go all around, and then we're going around. I'm like, what the f?
I had zero issues finding bathrooms.
That was just the first day was just hard to
Well,
find
your
everything.
first day was shit. So
That's true, but yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Like they again, not the negativity, but I feel like it just makes things simpler for us in general. Honestly, like yeah, just having those promoters or whatever was just. I mean, I get the money making,
yeah,
but it was pointless to have them because it was blocking areas where like people can go through, walk, or
yeah.
just access. So it's just I'm just there for the music. Just again, they had a Ghost Energy that helped. Just give it to the regular people to sell it, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless they were giving them for free or something, then no, I'm all out. And Verizon was if they were giving free phones, damn, I should have been there early.
Right.
But other than that, like I could care less about them having all that promotion
Yeah.
and stuff.
I will say the thing I do like about their like newest layout. I'm gonna give it a boy's thirst. That's good boy. Okay, so I will say the one thing I did really like about this newest layout is there was an actual place for people to like sit down and lay down. That I saw a lot less people sitting where like the stages are or in like where you're not supposed to sit essentially.
No, me and my friends talked about this. I feel like that's one big thing, or the issue was before that they solved was areas for people to sit,
Yeah.
chill, sleep. So I feel like they did that
Yes, they
perfectly
did.
fine as well. So I don't know. I took multiple. I was chilling a lot. So
I mean,
thank
yeah.
you, thank you.
Yeah, so I really liked and I noticed that difference. Like I felt like I could actually walk without feeling like I'm going to step on somebody's toes or fingers or what have you or trip on somebody, you know?
Yeah.
So I really liked that they took that into consideration with a new layout.
Yeah, no, because it was what was it? Cosmic metal?
Mhm.
Yeah. Or Sacred Grounds, Cosmic Metal. Yeah, which was like kind of still the same area,
Yeah.
but it's just they angled it differently.
Yeah.
That's it. And then that was enough like space for people to walk around and sit
Exactly.
down and chill. So
And like you knew, like that's where people would chill, and that's you like you go around them. That's their spot.
yeah, there was plenty of space to walk
Exactly.
there. So I was surprised. I was like,
Yeah. So I really really liked that.
yeah. So yeah,
I will go into I didn't actually spend a lot of time at Stereo Bloom, so I have really little to say about that.
we couldn't just stay there just of where it was placed, which is
Yeah.
bad.
I feel like they kept it the same. Oh well, they angled it differently, I think.
Yeah, no, there's like I guess the direction of people going in and out was it was just placed horribly. That's
Got
it.
it.
But other than that, yeah, it was still the same, but just the
Oh,
way.
is that where Matroda was playing?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, got it.
that's why there's a lot of people. Like, yeah,
That
going
was
through there.
the
Yeah,
main passageway.
yeah, correct.
That makes sense. Okay. And then on the opposite side of Stereo Bloom, I personally didn't really like that they put Quantum Valley and Neon Garden so close together.
Yeah.
So that's where I was saying like they can take away
You can take away.
honestly they
certain-
can take away Pixel Forest in my opinion, and then they could have scooted Neon Garden where Pixel was, and then scooted Quantum Valley kind of in the middle of Neon Garden right now.
Yeah, because Pixel Garden is super small, so they could
Yeah.
have just split that in half and put in the middle between because the
Or they could have put Pixel in between base pod and like in this little corner back here, and then scooted these down.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like again, there's just so many stuff and everything.
Yeah,
was
there's too many things.
everything was just too close to each other, so it made it difficult to hear certain sets.
Yeah.
And then again, the quality of the sounds just was not that great, in my opinion. You know, besides Wasteland was in the corner, so I had a good. Nothing changed there for Wasteland. But other than that, yeah, like when we're in Neo Garden, I can still hear Quantum Valley.
Yeah, same.
And then Pixel Garden as well too. When something, I'm like, are you for real? Like, I'm like, this is very weird for me. Usually, I can hear like the sound and sets without no issue.
I think they should have kept base pod where it used to be.
I don't think so.
Really, you liked where base pod is this year?
I feel like there was more room there.
That's true. I will say that, yeah.
Because there's just a lot of bass heads out there now.
Yeah.
And then again, I feel like now it's Kinetic Field, Cosmic Meadow, and Bass Pod. Those are the three main big stages now.
Really? Yeah, actually, yeah.
Bass Pod is like big now. So
it is.
So to me, it's just like, again, I feel like they gotta change that up. And for that to change, they gotta take some certain stuff away.
Yeah.
That's it. Like,
it was just too overcrowded with things and people. It was so funny. I don't know what stage we were at, but there was this guy. He was on something and he was looking at his phone and he was like looking around, and then he was just like, he came to us, he's like, where's base pod? And then I was just like, I don't know, dude, sorry, I can't help you. Like, I tried, but I was not. Anyways,
yeah, you're not the only one. I had some girl come up to me, I forgot what she was looking for, and I was just like, oh, I was like, I know you had to cross through here because I remember we passed through it on the first day. I was like, I felt like a navigator, just like, go through here. She was being patient, but I'm pretty sure she went the wrong way anyways. Because I saw her go the wrong direction. I was like, you gotta go through there. I'm like, just FYI, it's quicker.
Yeah.
But she went a different direction.
No,
but it was just funny. I was just like, why ask?
Right. But then anyway, so we're going to a different place. I don't even think we went to a stage. I think we were just like walking around. And maybe like 15 minutes later, we see the same guy.
Oh my God.
Asking us somebody else. He's like, do you know where like, he was not there.
Yeah, we actually ended up asking the what's it called, those people that to answer the questions.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, they
became super helpful. I was like, okay, cool.
They weren't helpful with me.
Oh,
They were not. So what happened was I was looking for like this little lollipop stand thing that they sell like lanyards,
Mhm.
and then like the base of the lollipop it's like it's plastic,
Mhm.
and then you just replace like the actual lollipop.
Okay.
And I've seen them. I buy from them like every year that I go, so I know that they were there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I follow them on Instagram, and they posted like, "Hey, we're gonna be at this specific spot at
Mhm.
EDC." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I couldn't find them for the life of me, and then I was just like, I just gave up looking. So I went to like the little info booth
Yeah.
section, and I asked them. I was just like, "Hey, where is this one spot?" And then I was just like, "It's like a little shopping area. Like you can buy pashminas, you can buy fans, like you
Mhm.
can buy like all of these things." And she's like, "Only Camp EDC has that." And I was just like, "No, like I swear, like it's here." And she's like, she kept fighting on me. Like I was just like, "No." So I was just like, "You know what? Thank you." Like whatever. I I think I just ran into them randomly.
Mhm.
We If we go to like Kinetic Field on the left, if you're looking at Kinetic Field on the left side,
Mhm.
there's like a whole ass section where you can buy pashminas or you can buy
Oh my god.
and they were there. And then I fucking knew it. Like, oh, she should have known her shit. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm sure she has other things too. Like,
Yeah. I mean, yeah. A lot of people. So far, what I saw was like a lot of people were more stressful of trying to find things, certain
mm-hmm.
things. So like, I felt bad for them because they're like, "Oh, you got to pass through here," and then I was just like,
Yeah.
"Damn, that's how I sound." Like when I try to
Yeah.
help people, like I was just like, "Man, yeah, there's just way too many stuff." I'm like,
Yeah. There was way too many things.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it was hard to find exactly where they tell you like go straight, like
mm-hmm.
go through here, and then you got to turn through over here because of this and that. I'm like, what the?
We had issues on the very first night. On the very first night, we had issues finding the shuttle entrance or the exit.
Really?
Yeah. Because we were just not paying attention, if you will. And
Okay.
we were just like la di da di da.
Even though it's still the same,
You know what?
it never changed.
Well, for here's the thing. For us, we've never entered through the shuttle area. So we've always exited.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
so this year we always just came in. So in my head, I'm just like, I'd never, and it was the first night. So after the first night, we knew, but I didn't put two and two together that where you came in from the shuttle is
This
where
is
you
where you come, you
go
go
out.
out. Yeah.
So that's where we were just like, oh shit. But we found it. Clearly, I'm here.
You couldn't see the big sign that's clearly said.
We were on the opposite side of the venue, and so we were like looking and looking for that sign, and somebody's like, no, you have to keep walking to the other side and then you'll see the sign, and we're like, oh, okay.
Oh, I'm not even gonna say anything.
Anyways.
Anyhow, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I just feel like there was just too much stuff. He just
there
added
was.
way too much stuff, and you just couldn't find certain things. And
I will say that the service for the phone was better. This was the first year that I was able to actually text you
yeah,
and actually get it through within like 10 minutes, 5
yeah.
minutes.
Well, that's the thing. They've had that. They've done that before. I believe it was my third year where
Mm-hmm.
they partnered up again with Verizon, and then they stopped. I guess, or I don't know what the deal was.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when they actually fixed the whole Lyft and Uber situation. So
Okay.
it's easier like for people to like request an Uber and Lyft. And then after that, like they stopped with the Verizon thing, so it made it even difficult to get like.
Oh, I see.
So again, it's nothing new for me,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just awkward. I was like, why? Like I don't know where now. He was like, hey, like let's just get better signal again. I don't know. Could just keep that. You don't need a stand. Nobody's really there to get. Hey, I want to buy a Verizon phone like
That's
today
true.
at EDC.
Yeah.
You know, like
Were they there to really sell?
I have no idea. I saw the little stands with the table, so I'm not sure if they were trying to sell goodies or like
Like
any vendor.
info?
Yeah, like
Mm.
I mean, if they were,
I
that is so dumb.
Yeah, because I did see the Verizon thing, but in my head, I thought it was just like you go to that spot to see if you can get service.
Mm.
That's where I didn't think that they were gonna sell anything.
Well, not sell, but more like I guess, like you said, promote.
Promote or whatever,
Again, you're
I
yeah.
don't think that's I could be wrong. I didn't stop. I was
Me neither. I just saw it the same
but
thing, but
I
it was
think
empty.
that I think it was an area for people to get service.
Maybe, but it didn't make any sense because it was right next to other like vendors too. So I was just like, again,
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't there early, so who knows what there was there. So I
Yeah.
mean, again, don't care. Just thank you for the service and
Yeah,
just
for
just
sure.
keep it. Just keep it. I'm not there to. If they were trying to sell something, I'm not there to buy a phone. But yeah,
Yeah.
it makes things easier to text. And I mean, I don't think I called anybody, but other than that, like it was really easy to get messages. It was still a little slow, but not super slow from like the times we were trying to send each other messages and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh, you know what I noticed?
Mm.
Um, they swapped Bionic Jungle and Bamboo DNA.
Oh yeah. Bionic Jungle was super in the corner. It was super small. We saw it was actually packed.
I don't even know what it was for.
I thought it was like jungle type, like jungle terror,
No.
like jungle terror type of beats, or genre. But
I
when
thought
I
it
saw
was
this
like a
was like
chill place, like where
yeah,
you.
it was like house as well too, like what I was hearing from the post. But yeah, it was interesting. We passed by it. We're like, oh, here's the Bionicle Jungle. But
Interesting.
yeah,
No, I didn't really. I passed by it, but I didn't stay and chill and listen. And
we didn't either. But we were what's it called? Were we went through what Kinetic Field. We went through the little
oh,
stairs,
uh-huh.
and we ended up there. So we were super close. So we were
Oh,
just
got
walking
it.
by. So we're like,
Got it.
that's how we're like, oh, the Bionicle Jungle's here, and I was like, playing house music. I'm like, I thought it'd be something else. But yeah, it was interesting just hearing what they were playing, and it was pretty packed for a small stage too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it was a stage. I thought it was just
Well, you know what I mean.
yeah,
It's a mini stage,
mini
regardless. Yeah,
stage, I
mini
guess.
stage,
Yeah.
but it was just weird in the corner. I feel like the whole lineup there for that one was just artists that I never heard.
Oh, okay.
Probably new ones, or that actually have been out for a while. We just don't. I haven't really paid attention to them or heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm actually, you know what? That's what I'm probably going to do next time. Just look at the list. See
Really?
who it wasn't. Just go through there.
Fair enough.
Gotta find some new artists here and there.
I found two.
You have a lot of catching
Well,
up
I
to do.
found three actually.
Yeah, you still have a lot of catching up to do. But
I like what I like, okay?
but yeah. I mean, I feel like I still like the old layout.
Did you get to chill at Nomad's Lands?
No Man's Land.
Yeah.
What was that at?
It's by Electric Avenue, by the Wasteland, in between Wasteland and Base Pod.
No, I didn't chill there.
I wonder what that was about. I didn't. I
Mm,
got nowhere near there.
I don't. I'm pretty sure we walked not like through it, but pretty sure like right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
There
didn't get
was
there.
an area, and maybe it is Nomadland, but there was a. It almost looked like a zombie thing. Oh
Zombie
gosh!
thing.
Like you go in there. Ah, hang on, let me see if I remember correctly.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
We just walked by it. I never went in there, and it looked like a zombie thing to me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't really. Zombie thing. No, don't even recall that.
I don't remember where I saw it. That's the thing. And I'm trying to think if maybe it was Nomad's Land where I saw it.
Was it?
Hmm.
Oh, that's the old one. Was it still next to? Wait, No Man's Alley? Is that what it was now?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, because I'm seeing the old one. It says No Man's Land, but on this one right here, it says no. Oh, Nomad's Alley.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Nomad's Land. Oh yes, look, this is where the freaking fire thingy was. Yeah, the
Oh,
high voltage. Yeah.
that's
We passed through it.
okay.
Yeah, it's in the little art. So looks like the art cars were placed now. In the way
And
I'm
like
looking.
they weren't moving.
Yeah, they weren't moving.
That sucks.
Which, yeah, I mean, it was kind of good, but at the same time, it's kind of bad.
Yeah.
But it makes sense why they placed it because of so many things around the
Yeah,
area. So they
there's
really
no
couldn't
way.
move.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way they could move around and whatnot.
Yeah. I do miss seeing them though. Like just
Yeah, I feel like again, I did not see a single freaking cart. I
mm-mm.
did not see a single cart. Again, I didn't even know they were placed there because we weren't really paying attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see, like Pixel Forest,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the Rhinoceros art cart. There's where Alice in Wonderland was performing her other mini
I
set,
saw. Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
we could not find it for the love of God until we honestly just chilled there randomly. My friend's like, he looked at the map, like he zoomed in. He's like, dude, the cart was right here. Where I was like, are you freaking for real,
Yeah.
bro? It's like,
So sad.
it was just too much stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just too much stuff, like unnecessary stuff, in my opinion.
I feel like I get why there is so many stuff because there are so many people. Like you're trying to do something for everybody, but at the same time, I'm just like, we're already here. We're already interested in what you're giving us. You don't have to do more.
No, I agree with you because I feel like downtown basically solves the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was I was pretty mad that they didn't have the what's it called, the midget bar. Short people. It was actually a bar.
I
Like
understand.
yeah,
I don't remember it.
that was the year we went. We were there. We passed through it. I was like, oh, cool. That's one thing. I was like, man, I'm like, Portugal was there again. There's just certain things that was like they should have kept and things that they should have not added,
Mm-hmm.
which was a lot of things.
Yeah.
But
I was just kind of bummed about Quantum Valley and Neon Garden being so close together, and Quantum Valley being in the middle of Kinetic and Neon
yeah,
Garden. Like
the walk paths was just no fun.
there was it was just like a mush of sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
there was, you're
It,
taking away from each stage because Quantum Valley and Kinetic Field, their sounds were kind of mushing together somewhere in the middle,
mm-hmm.
and then you only have and then you have like Stereo Bloom on the other side of that. So Kinetic Field wasn't really given its proper sound quality.
That too, but as well to how they laid it out. Again, they did the VIP differently. I
Mm-hmm.
see how, but is them having they kind of did what they did with Wasteland cargo ships. I'm like, why? I can't even see the view.
Oh
There's
yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
again, it don't I personally do not see the benefit of it. Where just like, okay, I get it, VIP view, cool,
Mm-hmm.
but to original Raver again, where I'm just like, what exactly is your purpose for this? For where you're blocking a lot of view.
Yeah,
Like I feel like that's not even crowd control. I feel like that's just like
that's you trying to make space.
space, yeah. And it's
Yeah.
just like we trying to go through in and out, and it just makes that space harder to honestly access through.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I was just like, I feel like the last couple of years of how he had it open,
Mm-hmm.
and again, I understand the VIP thing, and I feel like this might be involved in the topic, but we can talk about that later. It's just unnecessary VIP things.
How so?
I feel like I feel like main stage is for people. Just leave it as main stage. Leave it for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the whole purpose of it,
Yeah.
and the way I look at it. And it's like it's kind of again, it's the pros and cons. I get it. Why you buy a VIP? You're trying to get
Mm-hmm.
closer. You're trying to get a good view. But again, why also for those that buy the regular who is trying to experience that same, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I feel personally it's not all right. I don't know. It's very hard for me to explain it, but I just feel in general like the layout could have just been how it usually is. open, spread out, just have the little fences here and there
Yeah.
up front for those VIP. I guess that'll be cool. Like, yeah, that's what they had, like the
Yeah.
little sections on the corner side for VIP, which makes sense. But
Having a whole fucking stage for them is
yeah, and again, like the whole cargo ship and everything, like how it was laid out, I was like, why are you? First of all, I'm like, why are you doing like a wasteland? Because wasteland's all cargo ships.
yeah.
So I was just like, so they can stand and get a better view. I'm like, okay, cool, but no, like again, I was like, you're blocking the view. There's so many, like I can't even
And
see.
then that's good real estate that
Yeah,
you can use for something else.
yeah. Again, it's just I'm still trying to figure out the crowd control of what he was trying to explain, but I
I
didn't
felt
see.
no
No, I
control.
feel no. I saw no control. I saw no difference. I saw nothing besides like cool the layouts. I was like, okay, again, it was cool, but
Yeah.
I saw no purpose of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, you're blocking the view. Or again, like the sound quality was not that great. Like it was like those cargo ships was blocking the sounds too
Yeah.
because they're big. So when you add like 1 or 2 or 3, 4, it's just the sound quality just sucks.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not gonna push on myself all the way up to the front. Just leave it out open. And for those VIP users, like yeah, sure, like have that little section up front for some of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of goes again where like the original people are also trying to get up front and trying to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like, again, this is 50-50. I get it. You buy the ticket, you buy, but I feel like it's also unfair for those that are trying to experience that front row from the main stage for whatever artist.
Yeah.
That's just me personally. For just main stage, every other stage, it makes sense. It makes sense.
I don't even think that. I feel like they should take that old idea of like having that space for them at the front or like the side or whatever they had previously and then apply that to every stage.
Yeah.
That way it's fair all around.
Yeah.
All the way through. And I get that main stage is bigger and stuff like that, but at the same time, just like main stage is main stage. More people want to go there. So if you have that cargo ship there, you're taking away from people to like be in that main stage area.
Yeah, no, but like I said, I agree with that whole like, sure, have a section or whatnot, but I know this is way off. But the thing that also did piss me off about VIP access for certain people is those that got it and they're just standing there.
Oh my God.
But again,
they're literally paying for the space so they can.
I get it, but just standing there. Give me your ticket. I will make good use of it.
I guess.
But other than that, like I said, like it makes sense of. I feel like they should just keep it how they kept it originally. You just have that little section for the VIP. Main stage was just weird, in my opinion. But again, I still enjoyed it, here and there. But I just wish it wasn't blocking the view, and it made it. I just feel like it would just be easier for people to access in and out.
Yeah.
Because I remember clearly, it was just the arch, and it's a kinetic field. They had the little arch, and people you in and out. Suppose that there was just space to go in and out. And just adding all that waste of like just trying to fill in the space for no reason.
Yeah.
Because like it made no sense to me. But that's just what I personally think. It's just why are you doing that? Like again, you say crowd control. I saw no.
I didn't
see anything of it, so it didn't change. So either figure that out or just keep it how it was and just leave the little VIP section for where they can access through close to the middle or whatnot. Or just have,
I agree.
Yeah. Or just have one section for VIP.
Yeah.
Split
for sure.
in between VIP and then regular GA. I guess. Or GA and GA plus. Split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's something that you were like kind of pissed about, that they have like 3 separate like price points or whatever.
Yeah, I just how do I explain it? I forgot how I told you, but I feel
you're like they're making it feel like it's like poor, middle class, and then the rich.
Yeah, that honestly, I did describe it like that because again, he says, I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not doing this and that. And I get it. You have to pay the designers, everybody. You have to pay a lot of things. But again, for me, it's just like as a person, yeah, I don't own the business and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Financial ways of like how long you've been doing this, it's kind of like
You should know by
you
now.
should kind of already know what you should be doing, and as well too, like, yes, I understand you pay for what you get, and then just adding a lot of stuff and just I don't know. It's just like it just feels weird now because it was cool when they just had GA
Mhm.
and VIP, 2 tickets. That's it. Now, like when they randomly added GA plus, they're like, oh, you get better bathrooms. Like, where did this come from? Like this is the thing that I'm just trying to really figure
I
out. Like,
honestly think that the porta potty section, they should just scrap that and then fill that porta potty section with the GA plus bathroom. So it's like all the way through.
yeah,
They don't have that division.
yeah, that's the thing that made it difficult because they had the GA plus, and VIP. So like it overpacked it. Like people trying to again, GA was all the way at the end.
Mhm.
GA plus was in the middle, and then VIP was like in the corner
And then
section.
also, I talked to somebody that had VIP,
Mm.
and then she was essentially saying that all of her experiences through like VIP bathrooms were shit, literally.
And I heard the opposite. Yeah,
Really?
and I keep hearing the opposite. So that's another thing we won't find out until we get that
Did you
experience.
hear it from a girl or a guy?
Both.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I only
So
heard it from one person. So,
yeah. So I heard from both. Yeah, it was when we were at Pixieland, whatever.
hmm,
Yeah, we were there and just around the time met up this dude. I forgot his name, but he was
you
from
were
the.
what?
I met this dude when I was chilling at Pixieland.
Uh huh.
Pixieland. He was cool. He was from the Bay.
Oh,
And then he's
nice.
just like, oh yeah, we got VIP, this and that. I'm like, cool. He's like, yeah, the bathrooms are cool. I'm like, cool. Like I said, I'm just a simple person specifically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
No,
don't
but
know.
she is saying that like there was like it was dirty, that the like all the VIP bathrooms were like having issues with like not being cleaned properly, not being um like some of them were like out of order,
Yeah,
and like people weren't on top of like
the maintenance.
mhm.
And so that goes to me again where I feel like he's just putting too much.
Yeah.
And again, like when the GA plus randomly added, like when it first came out, I was laughing because we already know when something new comes out, it's going to go a shit show.
Mhm.
They said they're going to have AC in the new buses.
Mhm.
Um, the bathrooms are going to be better, yada yada. So when that happened, we were like, "Fuck that! We're just sticking with regular GA." There was no change. There's really
Really?
no change. People were already like pissed off, commenting like, "Hey, you did this and this and that." We were able to get into the GA plus bathrooms, I guess you would call them, because they are like it said GA and GA plus. So basically, we're sharing the bathrooms. It made
Where
no.
was that?
That was probably like what, third year, fourth year we went.
Okay.
So it was like before COVID. I know that. So that's what I'm saying. Like the GA plus just came out of nowhere, in my opinion. It made no sense. To this day, it still doesn't make sense to me. Like
Mm,
again, like why are you adding this tier? Again, money, profits, you got to pay,
yeah.
and as well too, like seeing the long line from GA plus. So like again, it all depends on which bathroom you're going to. But of most of them that I passed through, there was such a big line, and I just had regular GA. I was able to get in and out.
Yeah.
Depending on a girl, I get it because you have to sit down, wipes, all that stuff.
Mhm.
Guys, yeah, we're assholes. We make a mess.
Yeah.
I just don't know how the GA plus bathrooms were.
They were
Literally,
really nice. They were nice. Never had issues with I never had issues with like shortage of toilet paper. I didn't feel gross at all
mm,
in any of the stalls. The stalls fully closed like a regular door. There was no gaps
okay,
anywhere. Um inside of like cuz it was like a little trailer.
hmm,
So inside the trailer there was like either two bathrooms on one side and one bathroom on the other side, or
yeah,
two and two. So depending
okay,
on which I think. And then in the middle there was a little wash hand station, little sink.
yeah, okay, yeah, because we had they changed the porta potties. They had the really ghetto door opening ones instead of the regular ones that they usually always had. So like it was like a wavy where you can honestly like it's almost tall enough they can honestly just look through the door, like they can pop their head. And
Ew.
like on the bottom too, it was like again that's why to me I'm like you're telling me you just downgraded the bathrooms again. Like I see this stuff and it's just like I feel like I don't know. It's just like it's like you're trying to sell now. You're trying to make money, and the
Mm-hmm.
only way I can think of since COVID,
Yeah.
what happened? And I get it. You're trying. That went through a shit show, profits, all that. We couldn't. You were doing free shows here and there for DJs. I think.
Yeah.
They were also doing donations if you wanted to donate, which a lot of people did, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like I know I'm overthinking it, but as well too, like since the COVID era, like it's just like, oh, this and that, prices keep increasing, or you're overselling it. You're again, it's just like you downgraded the bathroom to regular GA. Like, why are you making all this now? Basically, again, that's the best way I can only explain it. GA poor, GA plus middle, and then VIP like rich. That's the way I'm
Yeah.
seeing it, and the best way I can explain it. And I was just like, why'd you just keep it? I feel like just having the GA and regular and GA plus, or just put them together was just simpler, in my opinion.
Yeah.
When,
Like
when it
just
went,
get rid of one.
yeah. So I was just like again, like GA, and I have a feeling GA is going to be no longer in a couple years.
Really?
That's what I have. I have a theory where it's just going to be GA plus, VIP, and then VIP plus.
You think so?
I would not be surprised if he does something like that.
I wouldn't think so.
I think so.
I don't think so. I feel like he would either do one of the two things. He would keep the same like system where you have GA plus VIP. He would probably increase the prices of all three, but he'd keep that same layout. Or he would combine GA and GM plus and then keep the VIP. Like get rid of that third layer like before. Do you know what I mean?
There's no way he's turning back after all this stuff that I'm seeing. I don't think so. Like I said, we won't know till
Yeah,
it
yeah.
happens. But so far of like how things are taken from GA, like I get it. You pay for what you get, and you already know what you're gonna get. But the way of how it's been now, and like how it's changed, I'm like, it just doesn't seem fair.
Or do you think he would keep GA plus and VIP and keep very similar prices, but add a second weekend?
See, if he did that, I feel like that would be better.
I think so too.
I think he adds another weekend
because he can cut those people in half or somewhat. And then that would give that crowd control better option, and we won't feel like sardines.
Yeah, but the problem is you're gonna have to give it like 2 years tops to ease off, because if that happens, so many people are gonna buy both weekends.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like I said, like regardless of what it is, it's like there's gonna be still a large amount of people.
Well, it's kind of like Coachella. Some people do buy both weekends.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no, I get that, but if like, let's be honest, EDC is top tier than Coachella. So.
Oh yeah. No, but what I'm saying in terms of like, because you just mentioned people will want to buy like weekend 1 and weekend 2. I'm sure like other festivals that have 2 weekends, like people do that.
Yeah, no. Well, what I mean, like in general, the first 2 years it would just be overpacked. That's it.
Oh yeah.
And after
well,
that,
probably even more. People are still going to start trying to get used.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But yet again, EDC is not for the week. So if you can do 2 weeks, then damn, like props to you.
Yeah.
Give me some of that stuff too. But no, like I said, like it's just a theory that I think will happen. Just like again,
I honestly really hope that he considers doing 2 weekends, but I don't know legality contract wise how that would work out with the speedway. But
that's very true. They're gonna have to think of a contract wise of figure it out, or
yeah, but it would benefit them in the long run because they already take so long to set that up.
Yeah, just keep it up there. Yeah, because there's no NASCAR or anything during that.
I don't think so
that I know of. But yeah, just keep it put another weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, DJs mix and match here and there, which to me it will be a downfall for most of us because it's like, who do you want to go see? Who are you willing to risk for the weekend?
No, but like,
Well, for those that can afford it, I'm saying, you know.
yes, but like, I keep comparing it to Coachella because that's the only one that I can think of that has 2 weekends. But like, Coachella has the same pretty much lineup, same everything, both weekends.
Yeah, but again, here we go. EDC is a lot of DJs. So some DJs already have their tours, so they can't stay for that second weekend.
But
So
if it's already set in place for so far out,
it wouldn't even matter because they have contracts with clubs, they have contracts over
I
here.
understand.
So, but I understand what you're trying to say. But again, I don't think it will be possible. Some DJs will be able to stay, some of them won't. So they're gonna have to mix and match.
But if let's say Pasquale does decide to do 2 weekends, yeah,
Mhm.
whoever he gets in contract with for EDC1, they would have to do EDC2, regardless of whatever else is going, because they agreed to play for EDC, and it's not fair for somebody who's going to go weekend 2 for not being able to see that one DJ.
But then that also means the DJ is gonna have to give up his tour and his stuff.
Not necessarily, because the DJs would have to work around their schedule to align.
Yeah, no, look, it goes again. Touring, we don't know fully, but I understand what you're trying to say. But in a reality of perspectives of DJs, top tier, for example, John Summit, I for sure he'll stay 2 weeks because that dude's young, he's still popping, whatnot. Got to say Tiesto, yes, because he has a contract in Vegas.
In Vegas,
For sure
yeah.
he'll stay. But other people, where I get what you're trying to say, like, oh, like you signed up, like, stay.
Yeah.
It's like I have to find a Berlin and then come back again. Why am
Well, that's on them.
I understand, but it goes again. Then you're kind of.
You don't think they do that for Coachella?
But Coachella itself, those are all different artists. Not I'm talking specifically EDM artists. I'm not talking about. You have country singers, you have rappers.
I understand.
Here's the
Take
thing.
away the genres of it. They agreed to do Coachella weekend 1, so they have to agree to do Coachella weekend 2. They can't just pick and choose.
Yeah, but you gotta understand those artists don't really have such a long tour. Honestly, no. For example, Bad Bunny. This year, yeah, he had a long, big tour. The last following one, it wasn't that big of a tour, and he was already in the area, so it made it easier for him to access. Again, yes, he lives in Puerto Rico, he has all this and that, but most of those artists live around here. They have homes around here. These DJs, not a lot of them have homes here.
I understand.
So it goes again.
So it makes it worth their while to stay or to do 2 weekends in a row, regardless of whatever is going on around them. If they sign a contract for EDC to do one weekend, they would have to do the second weekend, regardless. I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But regardless of, they would have to work their own tour schedule around to make sure that they come to terms to what they agreed to.
Yes, again,
I think we're just going in a circle.
We're going to go in circles, but the way I'm thinking of it is the pros and cons of the way I look at it is like, okay, whatever DJ's first week, you give and take whoever you want to get. Second week, you're going to see the lineup, but I feel like that second week, also the pro of that is bringing other artists. So that's the opportunity. The way I'm looking at it, because
no, it wouldn't have to go that way. It can't go that way.
What I'm trying to say is, again, I feel like that is will be a pro because there will be other artists like, okay, like it's again like us when we're there. You're gonna have to give and take a DJ.
Yeah.
But again, for me, I understand, like, because I understand that you signed a contract to be there, but why are you gonna force a DJ? Again,
you're not forcing.
You just say sign a contract.
They signed the contract. They're the ones agreeing to it. Nobody is forcing them to agree to it.
But then you're also not given the opportunity of like, I want to play for EDC for all these years. So again, it's like, but I can't do the second week because I have to do this again. So basically, you're blocking for those that say a new artist has popped in these lists, like, but I can't do the second week. So what, they won't be playing EDC at all? you gotta also kind of give, like I said, I understand, but I feel like it's cool if they switch it up the second week. It just makes things, in my opinion, it makes things easier for whoever DJs can the second week. Cool. The other
I
ones,
wouldn't agree to that. I would be so pissed.
I mean, I would too, but I would understand because, like, dude, they have their own tour. It's like, to me, it's like, cool. If you want to go the first week, go the first week. The second week, then like, all right.
No, because what if the tickets for weekend one get sold out, and you only get tickets for weekend two, and the DJs you want to see are weekend one? You're fucked.
Then you buy the single days.
They don't do single days except Sundays.
What are you talking about? They do Friday and Saturday single days.
No, they don't. Do they really?
Yeah, were you not paying attention?
No.
Oh, this became a whole debate, but
Oh my god, we just got fucking.
get into it. But look, I understand. I do.
I think we understand each other, but I think we have
just different paths of how we agree. Again, personally, I'll just finish with mine. I understand. Yes, cool, but yet again, DJs. I don't want to for me personally, I don't want a DJ feel overwhelmed and then going back and forth and then basically be like, oh my god, I'm stressed. I'm like, I understand. DJ's life, it's crazy. It is really crazy. Seeing the documentaries and seeing what happened to Avicii, seeing all these like John Summit working, like again, to me, it's just mental health that's the way I'm looking at it in my perspective. That's the way I'm looking at it because there's a lot of DJs that take a lot of breaks because they're overwhelmed. They're doing this. They're trying to do so much for their fans and overwork management. And again, I get it. But the way I'm looking at it is mental health, and it can just be replaced. It's a give and take regardless if you don't see them in the first
But week. I'm going to do one more argument.
Okay. Let me just finish this. So, like, again, if whoever we don't see, like I didn't see certain artists this EDC, they're going to come to the Bay. I'll be happy to see them again. It's going to happen. It's life. It's whatever this way, but I understand. And I understand what you mean. Like, oh, they got his own contract, but for me, it's just mental, and for me, it goes again where other DJs as well deserve an opportunity, because to me, it's like there's a lot of DJs that did not get.
Then that should be
again. That to me is just like it's a Vegas. It's a roulette. It's a gamble you're willing to take. You got to just roll the dice and go with it.
Yeah. No, thank you.
That's the way I look at it. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
No, I forgot my argument because you talk too much.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, but at the end of the day, I think we both have good points, but mine's better.
We're not gonna get into this, but yeah,
mine's better.
You guys choose. Who do you think is right? Obviously it's me. Anyhow, yes.
Anyways, I think we've discussed this a little too long. I don't know if we want to get into the lineup now. Do you?
Why? Because the DJ wasn't there. You signed a 2-year contract. I don't think I have anything else to add besides just get rid of some stuff.
Yeah.
Just get rid of some stuff.
Get rid of some stuff. Bring down your attendees, how much you're selling.
Yeah, there has to be a self-control point. Like I get it. Again, it goes where you take your chances. You got it. You got to save up for it. There's the down payments. There's a lot of options for you to like pay for the ticket later and help you out. But I feel like in this economy, you either save up or you willing to take the risk. Of, just pay it off a little. But everybody for themselves, whatever makes them happy. If you can go, you can go. If not, then don't worry. Every year they have it, so
I know,
and I get it. Everything's gonna change. This and that. Artists here, again, you will see them eventually. It all comes down to no contract. Just keep going. They'll come to the Bay. They'll always do tours. So,
no, it's not even about that. It's about experiencing the same weekend, both weekends.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was my second. No. Let me. Go. So if you're going to go, let's say you buy tickets for both weekends, yeah. Okay. If you go to weekend one, and you have like your set schedule that you kind of want to see, like your artists and stuff like that, the people that you didn't get to see that first weekend, you can go see the second weekend.
Yeah, but Okay, cool. Keep going. Keep going.
No, that's like.
But again, that also decides of which DJ stays in and out. Like, it's a give and take.
They wouldn't. Okay.
No. I'm saying like without the contract. Without the contract, if they agree, just like hey,
No,
yeah,
let's go with my thought first. Let's
Okay.
say that they do agree to do both weekends.
yeah, and you get to see the DJ the next following week.
Yeah.
The DJs you missed. Yeah. I get
Yeah,
it.
that would be amazing.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you on that part. I'm agreeing with you. But again, what I'm trying to say is like, okay, and if they didn't, you will see them again because of the line. Like,
But then it's like it's not the same show. It's not production. Like
it's the same thing with the Coachella. Not all the artists have the same show. Like, for example, again, when I went the first weekend, saw Bad Bunny, it was all his love songs. I was pissed off. I was like, man, this sucks. And then the second week, it's all his trap stuff that I
but it's
really
not
like.
always like that.
That's looking what not every artist does it, but what I've seen so far, artists change it up here and there, which is cool.
Yeah.
But again, to me, it's just like fucking like I don't want to see this fucking set like this. I want to see this one. You know, like again, it gives a take a gamble. And yes, I agree. Like like they go next week, cool. I get to see whoever I missed, or you get to see the same artist again. All up to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but again, for
Let's
me,
agree to disagree.
Again, other artists can come through, which deserve as well to a try.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's
Sure.
all I'm saying.
Sure. Okay. Well, on that note,
we'll see who survives after this.
let us know what you think in the comments. Who's right? Who's wrong?
Really wrong.
Thank you for joining us in our argument today.
I didn't think we get into this one. But yeah, there's no. Yeah.
My name is Grecia.
My name is Marcos.
And we are Puro Plur.